Every raw denim mistake ranked, from tiny missteps all the way to the worst S-tier blunders. After fading this pair through my 20s, these are the mistakes that made me quit raw denim entirely. What brought me back? This pair in my 30s. The fastest fading denim I've ever worn or seen. The fades don't tell the full story of my latest pair of jeans. It's time for its first wash. The proof's in the pudding. Did I avoid the 11 mistakes that marked my 20s, 30s, and 40s? Hello, I'm Jack. This is Workwear Blues, where we obsess over what to hold on to. And fading raw denim used to be number one on my list. I wore them to work, while I slept, even put them in my freezer all through my 20s. Then I took a 10-year break before diving all the way back in. My current denim project, 12 months on a pair of 25-ounce ultra heavyweight denim from a legendary Japanese brand, is being washed for the first time right now. But my first denim project I started in my 20s is Telleson's Gustav. Where I went wrong with this pair had nothing to do with the denim, heavy but not too heavy, great fading potential from a respected American brand. But my first mistake, not already having a good pair of jeans. It's what you need to check your measurements against any online listing. I thought I was playing it safe because they're sanforized. Unlike unsanforized denim, the measurements should stay the same after washing, but what I was comparing it against was a pair of Uniqlo stretch jeans. Elastane made their measurements completely unreliable, and I'd rank this mistake at B tier. The higher the tier, the worse the mistake. And already owning a pair of 100% cotton pants or jeans you like the fit of, knowing your measurements is half the raw denim battle. Mistake 2 comes courtesy of these tiny cuffs. I opted for hemming way too early. I bought these from Blue Owl Workshop, which offered chain stitching, but hemming these before I got to try them on had unexpected consequences. Denim may be timeless, but your tastes may change the further you get into this hobby, and I used to prefer no break, no cuff. Now I default to the thick two-step Japanese cuff. It has a consistent drape, they better hold their leg shape while showing off the roping effect on the chain-stitched hems, though it does take up a lot of the inseam length. So skinny cuffs are all I have room to do. They're sanforized. They still shrunk upon the first wash. The creases don't quite line up with the fades. I rank this mistake at C tier. Leaving hemming for a couple of weeks while you wear the jeans in, see how they sit, that's a safer bet. The other unintended consequence is mistake 3, changing the original proportions of the jeans. I hemmed a good 5 inches off the inseam, and if you look at knee measurements versus leg opening measurements, the pant leg has to get wider the further up you hem, so the jeans didn't quite sit the way the manufacturer or designer intended. Not great, but not the worst, because it saved me partially from mistake 4, going too slim. Telleson's Gustav is the slimmest model they offer. It's practically skinny compared to the wide leg options on the market right now. But because I hemmed so much of that narrowing, tapering inseam, the leg opening ended up wider, more comfortable, more appropriate for work and some smart casual settings. I'd rank going too slim as a tier A mistake, but this isn't the reason I stopped wearing this pair 2 years in. It's due to an S tier mistake, mistake 5, rise versus waist. For me personally, a front rise of 10 inches or less counts as low rise, 11 inches or more counts as high rise. Low rise jeans sit below the hip, high rise jeans sit on it or above it, and for me the waist on high rise jeans needs to be a little bit wider than low rise jeans. I sized it loose at the start. I thought I could tuck a shirt in to wear to work, but within a month, this pair became way too loose. The back would sag, it wouldn't sit right on my thighs, it looked more like a carrot top than a slim straight or slim tapered fit. I started when I was 28, but by the end of this run, 2 years, 4 washes, work was getting busy. I quit raw denim when I turned 30. Pure adrenaline and Fudortion filled my 20s. That immovable force, staying the course. Hard work's the only way to build a life I want to lead. But working harder, not smarter, didn't get me far in my 30s. My heavyweight denim's wash is almost finished. I'll talk about my wash settings when it does, but I didn't care about any of this for most of my 30s. Until this pair of pure blue Japans dragged me back in. Double indigo, clubby PBJ denim, almost jet black at the beginning. Why was this the pair that broke my 10-year denim drought? This fabric has the fastest and highest contrast fading potential I've ever seen, but what followed was more mistakes in the fading. Mistake 6 is not being active enough While wearing denim, these whiskers on my telesons are defined. A little too well defined, and creases this sharp only form when I'm sitting down wearing these jeans. Lap fades, knee fades, the train tracks along the selvage, they appear when I'm standing up and moving, and all of these marks are more gentle because I wasn't active in my 20s. Stuck at a desk all day, paperwork and emails, Fedortion. That same routine again and again. This is an S-tier mistake I tried to fix in my 30s. I dove headfirst into a hobby, street photography, documenting cities while I was traveling, and the PBJs I wore through my 30s has a lap fade as deep as the whiskers. That control and freedom I didn't have at work, raw denim makes me feel a little more like me. It wasn't easy with this pair because of mistake 7 I started in summer. This pair of PBJs, it's heavy but also has a tight weave, not very breathable, and in summer it's too tempting to swap the jeans out for shorts in the heat. This is a B tier mistake to me. If you can afford to wait till the cooler months before starting your next denim project, it'll make it that little bit easier, but the next mistake makes everything harder, buying more than you need. It's a first world problem, sure, but an A tier mistake. Too much denim, too quickly makes wearing one pair every day that much harder. Even worse if you, like me, are into denim shirts and jackets as well, and you want to fade all of these indigo pieces at once. Isn't denim on denim a no-go? This brings me to our recurring segment 3x3+1, 3 shirts, 3 jackets, 3 pairs of shoes, and 1 bonus item paired with these deep indigo PBJs for 10 denim on denim fits. Fit 1 features this Studio Darzen denim shirt. Paired with Red Wing Shot Mock Oxfords, these are the Engineered Garments collab, pops of color to break up that indigo on indigo, denim on denim. Fit 2 are the same items, but you can wear the shirt untucked and have a Wonder Looper heavyweight grey t-shirt underneath. That neutral grey tone breaks up the darker indigo vibes, a casual weekend outfit. Fit 3 swaps both of these shirts for a Samurai Western denim shirt. Samurai denim uses a different tone of blue than these PBJs. The Western shirt has decorative shoulder details, shuriken snap buttons, along with my sugarcane belt and Red Wings. It's not all awash with indigo. Denim on denim isn't as full on as you think. You can go even further in Fit 4 with a denim jacket. Samurai Type 2 15-ounce Otogoki denim. A slim cropped vintage fit doesn't overwhelm the silhouette. And a more streamlined pair of shoes like these Paraboot Shumboards in a darker shade of brown tones things down. If this cropped slim Type 2 isn't your style, in Fit 5 you can go for a boxier, roomier Type 1. It's technically a World War II denim jacket from Omoto Denim. 1 open chest pocket, side pockets, inner pockets. And in Fit 6 you can switch it up, swap out the denim shirt for a Wonder Looper grey t-shirt underneath it if you like the length of a Type 1, but the slim fit of a Type 2 is more appealing. In Fit 7, here's a Type 3. This time in a textured sashiko fabric from PBJ. It turns down the Studio Darzen denim shirt. It's still double denim, just triple indigo. There's a bit more visual variety despite the dark color scheme. It's still appropriate for work, at least in my workplace, and in Fit 8 if you swap out the shumboards for black derbies. These are from Wheel Rope, a Japanese maker who takes design cues from Alden, Chromexel, Goodyear welted. It's very nice quality. Fit 9 leans into the fact that a Type 3 with pockets buttoned up can practically function as a shirt, a work shirt even, so swapping out the Studio Darzen just for a simple grey Wonder Looper t-shirt underneath the Type 3, it adds color or making the layering easy. Rather than layering underneath, you can also layer indigo over the top. But to do this in Fit 10, I'll need 1 more piece. Mistake 9 is refusing to wash your jeans, and in my 30s I wore these PBJs to work, at home, out while traveling. I especially should have washed them after I fell over in the rain filming a video in Tokyo, but I was stubborn. I needed to see white fades somewhere, if not everywhere, on the jeans before washing, so I waited 1 year. In theory, the longer you wait, the better the fades when you do eventually wash them, but most Japanese denim has already been through 1 wash. Unsanifarized, washed by the manufacturer in industrial machines to remove all the shrinkage, a process that's pretty much impossible to replicate at home in my basic consumer grade washing machine. Also, washing doesn't remove that much indigo, mostly dirt from the cotton fibers, so don't be shy to wash your jeans every 3 to 6 months if you think they're getting nasty. Speaking of which, I think my wash cycle's done. Let's see how my latest project is going. When I turned 40, I started to question everything. especially what I took for granted in my 30s. Fedortion, inertia. Was it working against me? I want to own what I do next in my 40s. And mistake 10 is not knowing your wash and dry settings. It's a tier S mistake, potentially catastrophic bungle. You can shrink or streak your denim in all the wrong places. I turn the denim inside out, button up all the buttons I can find, wash at 40 to 60 degrees Celsius depending on the manufacturer's instructions, half a scoop of laundry powder, no bleach, spin cycle as slow as your machine will go. Otherwise, heavier fabrics may leave streaks on the denim from that abrasion in the spinning. I hang them up to drip dry under cover, and after a few hours before they fully dry, this is absolutely the worst, grossest part. Wet jeans in the winter feel super gross, in my case given the 25-ounce fabric, impractical and painful. Why do I do this? Because the honeycombing on my Tellison, the creases don't quite line up with the fades. Putting the jeans on before they're fully dry helps to reset those creases. As the jeans dry, the honeycomb should mostly fall back into the same place. All that's left is to wait for them to dry, but this is how they looked early today before the wash. These are a pair of samurai jeans, limited edition 25-ounce denim. They make a new special edition every year in this ultra heavyweight fabric. Straight leg, I didn't hem them, just double cuffed. I think I finally got the fit right. But how do they look after a wash and dry? As I suspected, the wash didn't dramatically change the fade. I'm glad the whiskers, lap fade, and knee fades look consistent. Thankfully, the samurai didn't shrink. My honeycombs line up mostly on the back, and compared to the PBJs 1 year in, the fades are lower contrast. But the last mistake I made, one I won't repeat with these samurais, is an S-tier blunder. In my 30s, I wanted agency, the freedom to create something that belonged to me, but I was in too much of a hurry. I retired the PBJs after their first wash 1 year in. Though there's still plenty of life left, I didn't have the patience to wait, and that's the biggest difference now I'm 40. Fedortion, staying the course, trusting the process will be just as interesting as the ending. Mistake 11, buying just for the fades. And these pair of samurai still have so much story left to tell. I'm keen to see how they look another 6 months, 12 months in, and pair them with the last piece in Fit 10, this Ironheart Wabash Chore Coat. It has an unbelievable number of pockets, a beautiful Wabash fabric, a fitted but not too slim fit, and everything else I've paired it with comes from Samurai. The Wabash is another indigo layer that creates a bit more texture. Ironheart and Samurai are the heavyweight champs for Japanese brands to me. It wasn't easy deciding between them when I had to rebuild my wardrobe from scratch. I thought I figured it out until I found a third heavyweight brand from Japan. It threw a spanner in the works. I'm Jack. This is Workwear Blues.